But let me focus in on the UK here. It is, you know, given where we sit today, quite an extraordinary story, a 24-point catapult in trust in government. It's the biggest in our study. We also saw a similar surge in trust in government leaders too. You know, in our case, trust in the Prime Minister is up 25 points. Boris Johnson's dramatic personal struggle played out through the media will likely be elevating these numbers, I would suggest. I mean, I think the performance of the NHS, the strong economic response by the Treasury and clear government communications early on in the first phase, the stay home messaging, I think has driven trust in government more generally. But again, underneath those numbers, the picture is quite mixed. While the public believe the government took the necessary action to keep the economy from collapsing, and the initial stay home, protect the NHS, save lives messaging was well understood, the perception is that the UK has performed poorly on testing, poorly on PPE, and has not adequately helped the sick living in the poorest areas, which to me rather suggests that while trust in government in the UK is up, it could be heading for a fall, particularly when you think about the challenges ahead. Challenges like the ones we saw this week with the shift in messaging and the criticism over the lack of clarity and precision. You know, the ongoing tragedy of Covid-19 in care homes. Trust in media, in traditional media, is at an all-time high. And I think despite all of the silly conspiracy theories and fake news fears, this is in some respects less remarkable. People are tuning in, hungry for information, and they're consuming and reading news in enormously large numbers. It's evident in our research, as much as, frankly, it's evident in the viewing figures of the BBC and the other network broadcasters, as well as the national newspapers. Why do people trust media more? Well, I suspect it's because traditional media, television, radio, newspapers, are seen by and large as neutral platforms for experts. Media, I would argue, has done an excellent job in putting up scientists, government officials, and academics to explain the situation clearly and in great detail. They've avoided confected rows, so the signal to noise ratio has been good. People need facts, and mainstream media has been giving them those.